And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Wrong Side Simulations, bringing the best content, the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. And as always, my name is Blake, and I am a real-world flight dispatcher and bring you a little more context to your flight sim viewing experience. And today we have a special one for you. Going to be flying the 777 from Dallas-Fort Worth to Chicago from the brand new Imaginesim Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. This is an airport that we've all been waiting for a very, very long time now. I know just from the YouTube video, the trailer, and some of the comments that I read, people were already dissing it. In my opinion, now I haven't really looked at this airport much other than loading in to get a screenshot. I'm just thankful that we have something that's better than Microsoft Asobo's airport, something that's we could actually fly into, assuming that we'll have good enough frame rates and there won't be any terrain elevation issues. But if y'all remember, there was like, you could never fly into this fucking airport with Asobos. Now we have something that looks good enough, that's better than default, better than Asobo, but we should be able to actually fly into it and not have performance issues, we say. So that's number one. Number two, we're going to be also taking our first look at the Winwing 777 FMS panels. Got two of those things. So you'll get to see that as well. The beautiful green backlighting is fucking dope, to say the least. So as always, first things first, it's gonna be a huge shout out to all of our channel members, and that's gonna be Catley Simmer, Marco, Image Seeker, Kyle Lewis, D Champ, Mickey Mike, Captain Nate, Hillbilly Gypsy, AJJ, Wes Burson, David Isaac, Josh Sioux Falls, Dustin, damn it, I gotta send David a damn voice message, I forgot. Great Eagle Sim Pilot, The Rev, Alvin O'Neill, Major Mark, RFB Aviation, and Bo Shooter 73. Huge shout out to all those guys for the continued support, greatly appreciate it. Now over to the chart, and we got J Queen in the house. My man, how's it going? Any word back from SpaceX on the job? Kenny, how's it going, my friend? Great to see you. Owls is in the house. Great to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Justin, yo, great to see you, my friend. Welcome aboard. And hope all's well. All is good. So, sorry for the tardiness. My dog, as of late, for some reason, she drinks a lot of water, lays down in bed, like 2 hours after drinking water, and then just fucking upchucks everything that she drank. And she had a really big outspelling of it wasn't even like puke, you know, it's just like water and shit. In fact, there's a at night we give her this medicine that's supposed to help her with this, in like this little little capsule that you put the medicine in, and like even that came out, the medicine was still in the thing. It's like she didn't even chew it, nothing, just swallowed it. So that's why I was late. We were cleaning that up. It's fucking gross. Huge shout out to Crystal. Crystal's the one that did all the heavy lifting on that. Andy Ivy, my friend, big up to you as well. Hope you're doing good, my friend. And Callie, hey. Hope you're doing good. I'm curious to know what you think about the scenery. So far, I mean, just from what we've been seeing here in the cinematic mode, I like it. If we're comparing it to like Asobo default freeware, obviously it's going to be a huge step up. Now it is Imaginesim. Imaginesim is known to not be, you know, the top tier flight beam, any builds, scenery dev. I have their Atlanta airport. I've been more than happy with it. I'm not the biggest stickler in the world. From this point of view, the ground textures look fine. I did notice when I was getting a screenshot that sometimes the ground textures get a little funky, like close to the runway. On a taxiway, I saw like the taxiway literally like squiggling. So there's a few little imperfections like that I would imagine we'll see, as we typically would with Imaginesim. But so far, just to give me a damn Dallas to be able to fly into, finally, I'm happy thus far. So I guess we'll do that first. Let's go take a look around. I remember what my command is. That ain't it. No. Why is it not putting me in drone? Oh, because I have just D. Get out of here. Alright, there we go. Okay, so when you install this thing, it does give you a lot of options for, like, if you want the ground clutter or not, if you want to see inside, or if you want to have like some sort of an inside of the airport. There's quite a number of things that it lets you choose. Static car, stuff like that. Josh, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing good. So let's take a look at these ground textures. I don't have my controller hooked up because my controller makes chase plane do weird shit. But as you can see, kind of subpar on the ground textures a little bit. Can't read what any of this says. Not the biggest thing in the world. As long as I got nice, clearish parking line, taxiway lines I can see, I'm good with that. What you're seeing right now is a product of the drone cameras because we let the, I think during the cinematics got too far away. When we come back, I'm sure that those ground textures will reload. Ground textures look, like for me, fine. You can actually read that, so that's good. Because you can't read shit in the gate. Taxiway signs are mostly legible. You always kind of get this weird brightness. I think it's just the lighting engine of the sim. Especially like at night, where the yellow kind of glares out the black until you're closer to it. So I don't think that's a them thing. I think that's just the sim lighting engine. These runway textures could definitely use a little bit of love. You can see a center line, but it almost looks like a satellite image. It's just so faint. But again, I'm just happy to have a fucking Dallas that we can fly into. I do want to show y'all though the taxiway that I saw earlier. I believe it might be one of these up here. I think that all of this construction is already complete in real world. For the price, if it's been my home airport, I was greatly disappointed. But after 5-year wait, I guess beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Like, I don't have the highest expectations in the world on this airport, and maybe over time they'll refine it. Maybe like what they did with Atlanta, where they later on come out with like an improved version for free for those who already own it. Is it? Guess I need that one because that one looks fine. One of these that I saw earlier today when getting the screenshot for the thumbnail, like, this shit was wavy. Now I didn't go that far down. And I think this is about all that you can see of the inside. There's not a whole lot going on in there, which, to be honest, I think that's probably a smart choice to make for an airport this damn big. If you go modeling the inside of all these to a pretty great detail, then you ain't gonna have no frames. 32 USD, the most it might be. I didn't even pay attention to how much I paid. It's like 24 pounds, right? Which I didn't convert that, so y'all probably know more about the actual USD cost than I do. But for me, it's good enough. Like, if this was any builds, I'd be bitching a lot more. If it was Flight Beam, I'd be bitching a lot more. For me, it's good enough. Just need to get a good GSX profile for this thing. Clearly didn't do anything with the roads. Some road textures would be kind of cool. have cars driving up and down it would be nice as well, because these are very, very busy roads in real life. That airplane made it over the bridge, so hopefully the bridges work. That's always a shitty thing when the bridges don't work. You fall through them or they're like super bouncy and rough. I haven't seen a trim the air train. I don't see any anywhere. So if it's 32 bucks, I would expect to have a fucking train driving around. Got that little fella. Maybe it's too early in the morning for the SkyTrain to be doing its thing. Not that they're manned or anything. Oh, Craig, how's it going, dude? Welcome, welcome. Get down over here to these Spirit gates. Spirit parks at the Echo gates. And it's like, it asks if you want to install some static cars. I guess that's what you get. Now I did have to turn a lot of the parked traffic down. That's why you don't see as many parked airplanes. So I had it on 10 on Beyond ATC, and like I had no frame rates. Dude was standing up in a Jeep like a boss. Hey, I used to drive a tug like that. I would stand up all the time. Something just caught my eye down there. Love that livery. There he is, like a horse. Oh, he's going skirt. He's standing on that throttle. He said, can this thing go any faster? American hangar. No hangar doors open. Those of y'all who know me know that I like my hangar doors to be open. I want to park in that bitch. Red Eye. Hope the flight goes well. You and me both. The next thing we're going to look at is going to be the 777 FMS panel and see how y'all like the green backlighting. I think y'all going to like it a lot. Now I will say the bridges look pretty good compared to some other sceneries that I've seen. Like the Orlando bridges are not great. These look like you can at least drive over them smoothly. Got some other American hangars off in the distance. It doesn't look like any of those doors are open. UPS. Wonder if they have that park model that you can like go and sit and watch airplanes. There used to be a webcam. Actually, I think it's still a thing. Let's see. Webcams. Dallas. I think it's over here looking towards the... It is windy. When I loaded into the sim, I noticed I could hear a lot of wind. And as you can see in real life, it is windy. Looks like they took basic geometric shapes of the terminals and the buildings and painted some textures. Yeah, probably so. All the hangars are just big rectangles. Yeah. The pro to that is probably frame rates. The downside to that is you're not getting the proper rendition of your home airport that you would like to see. But hey, at least you live at a big airport where you can have your home airport. Because ain't nobody ever going to make my home airport. Little Monroe, Louisiana. You'll never see that in Payware. Yeah, like, look at this shit. Almost looks like a hangar over a default hangar or something. Something that like that didn't come out like it was supposed to. Unless maybe I got something installed fucked up. Yeah, another one right here. And another one right there. Surely I don't have anything. You know what? I wonder if I need to go. I forgot there's the Asobo one. Like you have to go uninstall them. That's probably a me thing, to be honest, guys. I did not uninstall the default Asobo, so that probably has a play in things, and it's also going to affect the frame rates too. Trying to see if I can see that park. Seth, how's it going, dude? Good morning, or good evening. Do you still have default? Yeah, there we go. Renovations in progress? Maybe. Nah, that's just me. I forgot to go uninstall the. It's been so damn long since I've installed a scenery over in Asobo. I forgot to do it. I don't see that little park thing. There's like a park or some shit where you can go park the vehicle and watch airplanes. Alright. I'm gonna back away and then come back so that these ground textures load back in. Yeah, see? Once that drone camera gets kind of far away, it does that. And it also fucks with the jet bridge. Forgot all about that. Let's see if we can. Oh, what the fuck? Oh yeah, it's because I'm hitting the wrong button. Alright, there we go. So there's that. At least that's coming back. J-Foot, what's happening, brother? $32 steep. Yeah, they're probably charging that much because of the size of the airport, but yeah, I don't think that's like flight beam type price. Andrew, I dispatched for, or I used to dispatch for Spirit. Now I am in management. Tony Toga, good evening, my friend. Park is to the right. Oh, okay. So I do remember when I was there, I saw a lot of UPS airplanes. So it's probably over there. They probably didn't model it, though. I didn't think it was that bad, but to be honest, I'm from Dallas, so I'm biased and just happy we have something. That's my biggest thing. That was, for the longest time, I just wanted something that was half-assed decent and I could fly into without having a bunch of issues. So, alright, without further ado, are y'all ready to see the Winwing 777 green backlit FMS, which is, it's hella sexy in person. Hope y'all ready. If y'all ready to see it, please smash the like button. We got 15 watching with 7 likes. If we get up to 10 likes, we're going to turn that camera on. Management for Spirit? Yes, sir. Yeah, I was a dispatcher, and then I went to dispatch manager, and now I'm an operations control manager. So when I was a dispatch manager, I was just overseeing the dispatchers. Now I oversee the dispatchers, air traffic control coordinators, next day routers, and our shift coordinators. And I have, when I'm there on the overnights, I have like I don't know what you call it, like I'm the last authority for all commercial decisions, so all cancellations, next day delays, all the things that cost the airline a lot of money. I'm like the ultimate authority whenever it's just me. First 5 hours of my shift, I've got another one of me there, so we can kind of bounce things off each other. But after those first 5 hours, I am the head honcho operationally at the airline, and it's kind of cray-cray. My man, Captain Shaquille O'Meal, dude, what's happening? My man, stopping by before bed for an early flight in the morning. Got 2 more lessons before multi-check ride. Oh, dude, I was thinking about you today. I saw a video of a Diamond DA42, and I meant to text you and reach out and just kind of see how things been going. I know you've been busy, but sounds good. Good luck, dude. Very happy for you, and that DA, man, it's just so. Some kind of fixed their DFW in 2024. Still doesn't look great, but better than. Hey, as long as you can fly into it, right? All right, I see 12 watching with 12 likes, so I'm gonna kill this light so y'all can see everything. In fact, I'm gonna even turn off the backlighting on the throttle. And now let's go over to. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Camera number 2. And I'm gonna power up this airplane. That backlighting came in a little bit brighter than it was supposed to. There we go. Focus in a little bit better now. Yeah, now you can kind of see that green. That is a sexy thing, I tell you. Pretty green. Pretty green. We do have both of them running. Mighty fine, I tell you, mighty fine. When you first see the green, it's just super sexy. Now, what's really cool about this that I really like, I'll stop doing that. And you'll see it more in play as we get flying. But on the FMS, we can turn on EFIS control.
Runway awareness. Okay.
And then from there we go to EFIS.
Feet.
And we can completely control our EFIS from the FMS. We can increase our range. We can turn on airports. We can set our minimums, our baro. We can do all those things without having to actually manipulate the EFIS on the next to the MCP, which I really like, because I hate having to use a mouse. So we will come back to this view once we are ready to program the airplane. Until then, get the light back on so y'all can see me a little bit. I'm gonna kill that fucking music. Alright, up to the overhead. Addons, emergency lights, window heat, come on. All that can stay off for now. We'll get that seatbelt sign on. Already have our fuel. Fuel pumps can stay off. Lights are set. All that's good to go. And let's get GSX forward up. Sexy airplane. I think we've only flown this airplane maybe once or twice on stream. Did I build the mounts for them? Yeah, sorta. It's basically a piece of wood with a couple brackets that's straddling the top of the box, and that just gives me a flat surface to sit them on. I put some command strips on the wood itself, so I put some wood glue on the bottom of the command strip, stuck it on, let it dry, and then also stuck some command strips on the bottom of the brackets that fix to the FMS. And now I can just like pop them on, pop them off. They won't slide, they won't move, none of that kind of stuff. It works really, really well. So I have command strips on all 6 of my FMSs. I also have command strips on the MCP and the FCU Airbus EFISs. So that way I can just kind of stick it down on the desk. That way those don't move either. Command strips are the shit. But I appreciate that, man. Thank you very, very much. All right. Let's prep the box. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go to FMS or FMC rather. Now I've got this little remote. I'm trying to block a lot of the light coming off of that, so that doesn't glare out the. Doesn't glare everything out. So let's just stick that back, and once we're ready to get our clearance, we'll hit that up. Star Child 944. Thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. Welcome to the Wrong Side community. Very happy to have you. Alrighty, we are in Kdfw. Got that last position dropping in there. Over the route. KD. I'm going to keep knocking this damn remote over. Kdfw. Heading on up to Chicago. Should have done Miami. Might have been more fun. We're going to depart off of runway 17 right. And we're going to be on the Acuna 9 departure. Mike Lima Charlie transition. We need to know the name of that for our clearance. It's McAllister. From there we're going to go over to route, next page, and then from McAllister it's going to be Springfield, SGF. And then we're going to join the arrival. Planning to land on ILS 10 Center. We're going to be on the Turtle 6 arrival. And we'll be on the Welts transition. And now, let's see. What does the star say? So on the 10s, expect radar vectors to final approach course. So we're not going to use any transition onto the approach, like an approach via. So we're going to leave that out for now. And I'm going to cross-check, make sure that I've got all of the fixes that I'm supposed to have. So Spura, J-Girl, Quartz, Bigged, Seymour, Acuna, Tickies, McAllister, Springfield. Then we've got a discon, so we'll drop Welts into there. From Welts, it's McD, Cashin, Vinica, Maroc, Trich, Turtle, I don't know how to say that one, Hyrie, I don't know, Rhino, Giorgio, Monks, Tawny, and then the approach. So we're going to activate that, looks good. We're going to be going up to a cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. In the init page, zero fuel weight's 418.8. Our reserve fuel is 9.2. Cost index, we're going to be flying a spicy 99. And then from here, I'm going to run our takeoff performance. Here in SimBrief. Go to a takeoff off 17 right. Our takeoff weight is planned at 459.7. Flap setting optimal, thrust setting optimal, bleeds to auto, anti-ice to auto. Populate the weather. We got winds at 180 at 16. Temperatures 27, dew point 29 or 87. And the runway is dry. All looks good. Alright, so our thrust output is going to be TO254. I'm going to go climb 1 instead of climb 2. Takeoff is going to be flaps 5. Trim of 5.0. And then V speeds 43, 45, 55. Alright, so we are done with that. Alright, now we're going to go up to the FMC. MCP. Now I did set, I made a profile where the inputs will work. For whatever reason, MobiFlight is not detecting the MCP as a display device. Therefore, I can't get any of the displays to work, but I will be able to use it with any of the inputs. So we got flight directors already on. V2 is 155. And let's see, runway heading is 176. Ah, shit, I didn't save whenever I corrected that. Stand by. What was that? Heading decrease is what I need. There we go. And I'm going to save it this time. Alright, and then for the SID on the Akuna 9, should be going up to 10,000, which is already set. Looks good. Corner to this right side. Put ground connections over here. Let's get that APU fired up. While we wait on that, let's go back to the menu, EFIS, and our current weather. (180-16) gusting to 25, clear skies. Temperatures 20 or 10 statute miles, clear skies. Temperatures 27 to 0.12. Altimeters 2984. 2984. Put that in the barrow. For the, if we have to come back, the minimums on the barrow is 762. And we'll come back to runway 17 center. We got map on. We'll go with terrain, traffic. Oh, that looks good. Go back to this. Sweet. See if that APU is up. Power up the hydraulics, fuel pumps. And we're ready to disconnect all this shit. Release. Now, I was having an issue with this damn parking brake earlier. That's why. Duh. No? Why you know? Oh. It's not recognizing my pedals. Yep, keep default. There we go. Hey, there we go. Alright. Nate, my man. How's it going, brother? With your Airbus, do you have before toggles to play with CG V2 and play with a few things that get non-structural weight restriction mitigation? Do you have... Not sure what you mean by before toggles. Like when I fly the Airbus, I just fly the Phoenix, and for CG and V2 and all that stuff, I'm just using the EFB. For someone who has their dispatch license and trying to get a dispatch job, what do you recommend to stand out for resume and interviewing / testing? Oh man, that's tough. One, experience goes a long way. Now, when it comes to like resume and interviewing, obviously experience is the first biggest thing. So more than likely to start, if you're in the US, you're gonna have to go to a regional company. If you're a flight simmer, I would flex that in a way that you're basically displaying that you have aircraft knowledge, you understand like flight physics, airplane characteristics, systems, cockpit environment, task saturation, you know, all those kind of things. Radio etiquette, because believe it or not, as a dispatcher, you do have to use radio etiquette. We have air-to-ground radios that we can talk to the crew on. When there's medlink or mechanical emergencies and we get on the phone with the aircraft while they're in the air, we have to talk to them like you would if you're a pilot. So that kind of stuff. The rest of it's going to be personality. At least at my company, we do like to put an emphasis on personality, because you're going to be sitting in a room with a lot of peers for 10 hours a day. So we want to make sure that you kind of fit in, that kind of thing. And then also be coachable, be willing to learn that company's way of doing things, because every company has different ways of doing things, whether it's their lingo or their verbiage on whatever it is, say the software, or how they categorize fuel, stuff like that. But be coachable, good personality, teamwork. Teamwork's a big one, whether it's between you and the pilots or you and your fellow dispatchers. That kind of stuff. As far as testing goes, not much I can really offer there other than to bust your ass, do the best that you can, and it's really all you can do. Finally got some rest after 2 a.m. Wake for flight to Cali yesterday. How you doing, my man? Doing good, dude. Doing good. Busy as always. But yeah, I saw that y'all got you a little air show in. I went to Sun and Fun last weekend, and it looks like y'all went to what Air Force Base was that? I can't remember. It wasn't Beale, was it? Anyways, real quick, we need to get our clearance, and then we'll be ready to get out of here. 3592. Left. Okay, go 35925. Oh, does that transfer button not work?
Dallas FG World Airport Information Box Plot 0300 rule. Wind 17 high is 16. Gust 25. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 27. 2.12. Altimeter 2984. VFR condition. Landing runway 13 right, 17 center, 17 left, 18 right. Departing runway 17 right, 18 left. advise on initial contacts. You have information. Foxtrot.
Foxtrot.
Tower 17 word there for information. Foxtrot. 0300 rule. Wind 175 is 16. Gust 25. Visibility.
There we go. Got that fixed. Save that before I forget it. Let's just let me hit save. DFW clearance American 1222 Heavy request IFR to Chicago with Foxtrot.
American 1222 Heavy DFW clearance cleared to Chicago O'Hare. Acuna 9er departure, McAllister transition, then as filed, climb via side. Departure frequency 118.55, squawk 6, tree 12.
Cleared to Chicago. O'Hare. Acuna 9er departure, McAllister transition, then as filed. Climb via side. Departure frequency 118.55.
So bad.
Squawk 6312. American 1222 Heavy.
American 1222 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.65 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.65 when ready for pushback or engine start. American 1222 Heavy, have a good morning.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our very light flight here on American Airlines, Flight 1222, service up to Chicago. It's going to be 1 hour and 50 minutes from wheels up to wheels down. We'll be pushing out of here just momentarily. As always, I want to thank Flying American. Please give your undivided attention to your flight attendants, as they're not just there for your comfort, but also for your safety. And we'll see y'all up in the air. Y'all as well. Fuck off. Alright, that is shut. Ground on 2165. Alrighty, oxygen. I'll have a good view for that one. It's tested, flight instruments, heading and altimeter. We should say it's set. Don't forget all that. Parking brake set, fuel control. Switches are off. Flight doors closed and locked. Passenger signs are on. MCP, we got V2 heading and altitude set. Takeoff speeds are set. City pre-flights completed. Trim. I'm gonna go 5.0. Taxi takeoff brief complete. We'll say it's complete. It's not, but we'll pretend like it is. Everything else is set. Put that beacon light on. March Air Force Base. I thought it started with an M. Log 6 hours. Hell yeah. Was beat when you got back. And man, I could imagine. Apologies. So I'm talking real life dispatch on our ERJs. We in our pre-planning software have a few settings we can adjust to try to gain performance at my previous airline setup. Oh, okay. If we simply just turned the packs off and got full power running to the engines for takeoff, we get another 3,000 pounds of freight. Damn. Yeah, it's gonna be anything that you would have anywhere else. You know, instead of like doing just flaps 1+F or flaps 2, we can select flaps 3. NAI's off, packs off. That's really gonna be about it. Obviously trying to choose the longest runway, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be about the same anywhere. All right, let's see. We're going 17 right. share this because I'm sure we're going to end up using it. Didn't have a lot of time to get everything set back up thanks to my dog. Alright, never mind. It's not wanting to work. It's weird. Oh well. DFW ground, American 1222 heavy, ready for pushback and engine start.
American 1222 heavy DFW ground pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Engine start approved, face west. American 1222 heavy. Be we're already facing, can't face west, so that's turning around. Go to no. Now, I will say too, when it comes to performance on the Airbus, typically performance is not a problem. It's extremely rare that we're ever having to bump payload, unless it's out of some very particular airports like St. Thomas, St. Martin. That's like the two primary ones. I mean, we can get off LaGuardia doing a transcon with an alternate and fuel fully loaded on a 321 with pretty much no problem, even in like a CO. Alright, let's fire them up, shall we?
American 1222 Heavy, runway 17 right, taxi via 135 Golf Yankee Hotel Yankee Lima Echo Foxtrot. American 1222 Heavy, hold position for traffic. Negative, negative, hold position for traffic. American 1222 Heavy, continue taxi.
Sorry about that. Somehow I turned my microphone all the way down. I don't know how I did that. But basically what I was saying was at my company, we will ask you the 1, 2, 3 rule. We'll ask you to derive alternate minimums based off of the 1 nav aid, 2 nav aid rule. Pretty much anything that we're going to ask is going to be stuff that you should know if you have dispatch experience. Dispatch experience isn't the only thing that we need. It definitely goes a long way. But if you have experience, then everything that we ask, you should know. The bridges work. The other thing I was saying too is I recently applied for a few jobs at Airbus in Mobile, just because I really want to live down in the Gulf Shores area. I've made some good contacts through the past few years doing the aircraft deliveries for Spirit. So I applied for an engineer job. It's not really an engineer, but basically it would be like quality control type. Like I would be responsible to get in the Airbus and test all of the systems, basically get in the airplane and play around, make sure everything works. Dream job. But they canceled their search for that. Like they weren't going to hire for it at all. So I didn't get rejected. They were just like, never mind, we're not going to be hiring for this. Hotel Yankee.
American 2261, gate Alpha 33 taxi via Mike 6, Mike Echo Juliet, hold short runway 17 right.
I don't see a Hotel Yankee. I applied for a customer delivery experience ferry flight manager job, which that's most of the people that I know through my new aircraft delivery project that I lead at Spirit. And then also applied for a flight test dispatcher. Now, the customer experience ferry flight manager and the dispatch role likely pay far too little for me to take a job. It'd be about $100,000 to over $100,000 a year pay cut to take those jobs. I'm not, like, money's not everything to me. I really want to live in that area. My parents are trying to move there too. But you know, we'll see. It doesn't hurt to throw a name in a hat and give it a shot. But last night when I applied for the flight test dispatcher, I found that in my little profile I've been selected for an interview for the ferry flight manager position. Skirt.
American 1222 Heavy, contact DFW Tower 126.55.
Over to tower 126.55. American 1222 Heavy. And then our departure frequency is 1855.
Approaching 17 right.
Alright, brake sets. TARA. Weather radar. Arthur is already armed. And I don't know how you would ding the flight attendants in this thing. So we'll do that. Alright. DFW Tower, American 1222 Heavy, holding short runway 17 right, ready for takeoff.
American 1222 Heavy, runway 17 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, American 1222 Heavy. Alright, clear on the approach for this runway.
American 1222 Heavy, DFW Tower, wind 175 at 18, gust 27, or nav to spare, runway 17 right, cleared for takeoff.
RNAV spare, clear for takeoff, runway 17 right, American 1222 Heavy.
On runway 17 right.
Alright guys, let's rock and roll.
Airspeed's alive.
It's because of the wind.
knots. Rotate.
Sexy. Alright, LNAV. Flaps 1. And be nav.
American 1222 Heavy, contact Lone Star, departure.
Up to departure, American 1222 Heavy. Flaps up. Autopilot on. And let's contact departure. Lone Star departure, American 1222 Heavy, climbing 5,200 on the Acuna 9 departure.
American 1222 Heavy, Lone Star departure, radar contact, climb, maintain flight level 190.
Climb, maintain flight level 190, American 1222 Heavy. All right. Oh, that damn artifacting from the DLSS. That is sexy. Fritz 340 U.S. airport should follow U.S. standards, 100%. Oh, Craig said, might as well just come join the Mormon Air Force for that pay hit. True. Very true. I wouldn't mind living out in St. George for a little while. I would love the landscape and love to go check out all the national parks that are within driving distance. Honestly, testing for dispatch isn't the hard part. Convincing them that you're the right one over equally qualified people is the issue. Yeah. If you're on Discord, reach out. There's a dispatcher. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, there's like a dispatch Discord? That's pretty cool. A lot of folks get on that jet career stuff. But then people also get in trouble on there. We had a guy that was on there talking a lot of shit, and then he went to about the best airline you can go to and was talking shit about them on there as well, and got caught and got fired within like the first 3 months of being hired there. So loving this, I can control the EFIS with my FMS. Don't even need a EFIS panel. That's why you see that amber message there.
American 1222 Heavy, contact Fort Worth Center 132.85. Have a good one.
132.85, American 1222 Heavy. Fort Worth Center, American 1222 Heavy, climbing 17,400 for flight level 190. 1,000 to go.
American 1222 Heavy, Fort Worth Center. Good morning. Climb and maintain flight level 390.
Climb and maintain flight level 390, American 1222 Heavy. Alright, let's see, can we do standard in here? I'm going to do 29er, 2. But still doesn't give you the... Go to standard, huh? Or maybe you do this, STD. Wow! That's dope. So you literally type in, to go to standard, you type in STD, and drop it in that top left, and it puts you in a standard. That's cool. CFI, my guy, how's it going this evening? How you doing? Alright, we can kill those lights now. Above 18.
Spirit Wings 1107. Contact Fort Worth Center 123.925.
Yeah, seriously. We all have gripes about where we work. You really have to watch what you say. Yeah, and man, like some people, even on probation within their first couple months, like they will be on the floor actively talking shit, making
American
jokes.
1222 Heavy. Contact Fort Worth Center 2475. Have a good morning.
2475, American 1222 Heavy. Fort Worth Center, American 1222 Heavy, climbing flight level 260, flight level 390.
American 1222 Heavy, Fort Worth Center.
Testing RJ flight model in beta right now. It will be so good. Beta is almost ready night and day. Really? Man, and to be honest with you, I haven't gotten a full flight in on the V2 yet. I set up views for it. I got it already. Was going to stream with it like a week ago. And then Crystal's nephew ended up coming over to stay the weekend with us. Took him to Sun and Fun to go see his first air show and all that kind of shit. And just never had the time. And then got this 777 FMS in. And got DFW. So it's like, you know what, I want to kill two birds with one stone since I'll never get to stream much anymore. So here we are. But dude, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to fly that airplane. What did I stream the other day? Oh, the 7.3. I streamed that for a specific reason, I think. Oh, because I had the FMSs for that one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I guess if you had a force feedback yoke and it was realistic, you'd have to like really muscle up on that thing. I mean, I've flown a leveled ECM a few times for the CRJ, and dude, it's gotta have some biceps to work that thing.
American 2866, contact Fort Worth Center 127.6.
This chase plane is just the shit, man. You can see that engine wiggling around. I love how you can like put these cameras on a gimbal, so as the plane turns and stuff, the camera stays looking at the horizon. You can really tell how much bank the airplane's putting in. Andy, I'm glad you made that point, because that's exactly what I had to do. I bought it on Marketplace back in the day when it first came out, and it was like, you know, the first airliner that came out. So I got on Marketplace, and I ended up just saying, fuck it, bit the bullet, and bought it again. My man, Nolan, how's it going, dude? Still hammering away at the Uber gig, driving all them drunk bitches home. Bro, it must be tough to be an Uber driver, just if you got like hot drunk chicks in the back seat, and they start trying to, like, you know, it would be impossible to stay professional. I would have to be like, alright guys, I'm signing off for the night. Get that nightcap. Be a pretty nice smooth ride. Oh yeah, I flew the 7.3 because it had weather radar. See if does this latest V2, does it have any form of weather radar at all? Josh, you know I'm telling the truth too. You had to stay the course, man. You're a better man than me. Unify, Executive Operations Manager. Should I apply to be an executive? I don't think that's a real executive. But yeah, dude, you're a better man than me, because my course would be like, I don't know, a rookie pilot trying to fly the needles. Hell no. So, buddy of mine, it's a Delta captain, saw a Spirit billboard that said, "Be the CEO of your PTO." And he said, Spirit trying to talk about CEOs when they currently don't have one. True. That's funny. Wasn't United looking for people? I feel like they're always looking for people. I don't know if they're just growing or if they hire people and then people quit. Had a buddy of mine works at Spirit, went to United, was there for a year, and dipped out, went to Delta. But his fiance and or wife by now also is a dispatcher at Delta. So can you imagine, man, being a Delta dispatcher and also being married to a Delta dispatcher? Like, power couple, cause money. But then also at the same time, like, you'd always be talking about work at home. That would be gross. Just time building, driving is just lunch money. Gotcha. Yeah, I hear you on that. Still though, you know, you go get some lunch somewhere else. If a chick gave me an offer, I'd take her up on an offer, then have her, I don't know, make me something for lunch. Then go fly an airplane. Jeez, I got this little R. I'm not sure what that's there for. I'm going to create a new view. No! Shit.
American 1222 Heavy. Contact Fort Worth Center 132.2.
132.2 from American 1222 Heavy. DFW Center, Fort Worth Center, American 1222 Heavy, flight level 3900.
American 1222 Heavy, Fort Worth Center, roger.
That lined up with me. That'll work. Save. Number 7. And then cool. Yeah, I got this little R right here. I'm not exactly sure if I accidentally hit a button, turned something on, or what happened. Shh, ears? Nah. Don't care. Yeah, but having your spouse understanding your... Yes. Very much so. Yeah, whenever I try to talk to Crystal about aviation stuff, it's, you know... And she can't even try to pretend like she's even interested because still won't understand what the fuck. Unless it's something I can put in like good plain English. I think if I could choose, I would... Like if I could be a Delta dispatcher, I would date a Delta pilot. I'd want her to be a first officer because she has no operational control, whereas dispatchers do with the captain. Where's that damn sun visor at? Pop out my little table.
21, descend via correction 1 arrival, Dallas Love Field landing, runway 13 left, altimeter 2985.
But yeah, she would be gone on trips, so I'd have my me time. But then, like, if she had like a badass overnight somewhere, I could like meet her, like a jump seat to wherever she's going to be at. Go have a free little, you know, night or two away. With no, you know, aviation. Man, some chicks are like, some girls can really pull off that pilot uniform. Real dream is Southwest dispatcher married to an American dispatcher, international benefits. And you know what's crazy? A good friend of mine is living that life. He dispatched at Spirit, got a job at Southwest, so he's dispatching at Southwest now. And his, at least she was a fiance whenever he left Spirit. She might be, they're probably married by now. But she's a dispatcher at American, and he is living that life. It's crazy. After working for a certain airline for over 20 plus years, I will never again dip my pen in company ink. Again, I am not that disciplined. I've dipped my pen into company ink before Crystal came along a couple times. One was a crew scheduler, another was dispatcher. I think that's it though. I think it was just 2. No, 3. 2 dispatchers and a crew scheduler. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to me, like, doing that with someone new is just as exciting as flying an airplane or watching a fighter go by at the speed of sound or near the speed of sound. My classmate is married to Southwest dispatcher, so he is building his time. Yeah, I bet he is. He'll get there. I hear though, like Americans, I don't know if it's their test or their interview is like stupid. Like stupid hard, or I think it's just like stupid hard. I can't remember. Somebody was telling me some shit about their test, and it was like, good God, how does anybody get on? How many drinks we had tonight? None. Doesn't mean I can't go grab one. I had a few beers yesterday while I was cooking some crawfish. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, y'all should go do so if you have Instagram. I'm a little bit more active on there than I am on the YouTubes, and it's all my, I won't say all of it, but most of it's my flight sim stuff. I'll paste my shit here. See if I can show y'all yesterday's endeavors. I don't know if it shows saved or like archived. I think it does. Is this tagged shit? That's real.
Southwest 3821, contact Fort Worth Center 128.1.
Well, damn it, can I not access? My archive on the browser? And yesterday was, we made some crawfish. It was legit. Yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, feel free to do so if you want to. By no means have to. View archive. It's like personal, but also aviation life. Got some jump seat footage on there. This is into Burbank. What's this one? This was out of New Orleans. This was last week. Big ass thunderstorms, and then bam, we got these airplanes cranking and banking. Yeah, got a bunch of sim shit on there. Let's see, archive. All right, let's add some sound to this. Properties. Instagram. I'll show y'all how to boil crawfish. We're gonna start with this so I can check the sound. Nachos, baby. No, don't go that way. Here we go. Look at that. Now you can see how good that green is. Just that's at him. We do 47 to 55 flight plans at $50,000 a year. They do 30 and make 120,000 a year. Yeah, that's about on par with our guys. Our guys are doing about 33. They top out at, I want to say 130. That's top out though. All right, let's see. Let's. I thought this went the wrong direction. That was today. Can you only go backwards? I don't want to go backwards.
A day of boiling
this is it.
crawfish with
Here you go.
bottom-side simulations. Or Blake, however you know me. Step number one,
Josh,
put on
it
a good
is.
baseball game, which is what we have here between Kentucky and Texas. 4-4, top of the 11th, with now 3 outs. Hopefully Kentucky comes up and smokes one over the fence for a win, as they are unranked and playing number 2 Texas, which beat LSU. So screw those guys.
And Kentucky did win.
Step number 2, you're going to cut up all of your seasoning and your fixings. So for the seasoning, we got celery, lemon, onion, and garlic, whole cloves of garlic, and entire onions. It'll all dissolve in the water, and there will be pretty much none of this left, except for
Center
the
on
little
126.1
outer
American
shell of the
1222
lemons
heavy.
there. We got potatoes, red potatoes cut in half. We got some country sausage. That's going to be part of the fixings, as well as some little miniature corn on the cobs. And then we're also going to throw in a pound of shrimp as well, just as a little filler to go with our 10 pounds of crawfish. Step number 3, you're going to untie your sack. Because you never know, you never cut the sack, because you never know when you're going to need a good sack during this process. And you're going to dump all your crawfish in here and start the purging process. Step 3.5, just sit here and admire the beauty and the smell of the mud bugs. This is Louisiana Crawfish Company, 10 pounds of the Select. So you've got Field Run, which you kind of get what you get. Select, which you're going to get some bigger ones. And then you got Jumbo. These are the Select, and I'm going to go ahead and say I am pretty happy with these. We got some big boys in here, like this fella. Man, that dude, he got them claws. He got them claws too. They're gonna battle it out. We're gonna start purging these things. Kind of get them to wake up, spit all that mud and shit out, wash them off. We're gonna make some good eating.
Tyler Rocks, is Spirit hiring
Man, just look
for
at this dude.
what position are you interested in?
You've been at the gym, lifting them weights. Step number 4. We're going to bring our pot up to about half full. Then light the burner and bring it up to a rolling boil. Alright, water's starting to look a lot more clean. Let's wash these guys around. And we'll rinse them just a couple more times and we're gonna be ready. I got that gas on.
Let's see.
Let's bring that water to a boil.
What location are you at, or are you willing to relocate?
Step 5, bring the baseball game outside. So wait on that water to finish, come to a rolling boil. And I'm mowing the yard probably Monday. Don't hate. Step 6, grab a good cold beer.
Southwest 232, contact Kansas City.
All right, got those shrimp set aside. Now step 7, we're gonna put all of our seasoning items in there. And once that water comes back to a rolling boil, we'll throw those in, and then throw in the Louisiana Crawfish Company spicy seafood bowl mix. We're gonna do about 3/4 of a bottle of liquid boil concentrate. And then after that, once it's back to a rolling boil, we're gonna throw in the fixins and then the crawfish, give them that last bath. All right, back to a rolling boil. So we'll throw this stuff in. All right, now we're gonna throw in the rest of the seasoning. So 2 sticks of butter. Uno. Dos. 3/4 of crab bowl concentrate.
Live in Colorado
do this
Springs
whole
right now, but
bag.
willing to relocate if you have to.
No seasoning.
So yeah, there's a bunch of jobs. You look there, see if there's anything you like.
Now we stir.
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Keep that water around 200 degrees. See, all that stuff's already starting to dissolve. All right. Step whatever we're on. We're gonna throw these in for 7 minutes at a rolling boil. Then in the last 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, we're gonna do the crawfish. Drop that stuff in, try not to get burned. Bam. And stir. Alright, time for the last bath. Water's only 200 degrees.
Tyler, you would have to relocate because we don't even service Denver anymore, much less Colorado Springs or really anywhere in Colorado, to be honest.
Do that with this frozen corn.
There's a whole bunch.
We're also going to throw
You
back
do,
ice, water chilled down to about 150, 160 degrees.
Crew planner,
And then we soak for 45 minutes.
aviation warehouse associate. That's only part-time though.
Dinner time. Bouillon. Throw that in there.
Kind of like any of the entry-level stuff.
Like the late great stale cracker says, while we wait, hydrate.
Hey, if you want to fly, I got a pilot
day.
cadet program.
Not a cloud in the sky. It's in the 70s. Old belly booze out here with us. Probably the last pretty day of the year. And then it's going to be thunderstorms every single day, making life hell. For us in
Aviation warehouse associate. That's in
But while it's pretty,
Houston.
we're going to do it with some of them.
Manager of corporate tax.
All right,
That
the
sounds
time
terrible.
has come upon us. Extract these delicious little crustaceans. We're going to dump them in the cooler. Actually, we're going to drain them. Then we're going to dump them in the cooler, throw a little seasoning on, shake them up, and then it's going to be time to make this belly just a little bit bigger. So here we go. We're going to drain these things.
If I did Delta, I would have to move to Atlanta.
Fish from our little hook.
They don't have a dispatch office in Minneapolis.
It's hot.
Well, this shit was so good yesterday.
Like that right there.
Look at that. Oh, Tyler, man, you didn't have to do that. But nonetheless, welcome back to the Wrong Side Cattle Class. Very happy to have you as always.
I can't grab it. Oh, no mercy. I'm stuck.
But I do hope that you hope you can find something that you like with Spirit. If you see anything and you apply, let me know. If I can help any way, I will. At least Atlanta's warmer than Minneapolis. Yeah, no shit. By a lot.
Alright, guys.
This shit right here was a fucking
You
struggle.
see just how weak my ass is. Beautiful crawfish. We're gonna dump them on the table.
There's their Friday night game one guy, and then this guy, Heat King, in the Saturday roll. Kind of a moving turn.
And that's how you eat them, just like that. Lost the corn.
Then took the inside corner, so did Aiden King. It's 3-1 out of Bullback.
Alright, guys, so after a change of clothes, because I dumped crawfish juice all over me, and it stings, and I was wearing my favorite clothes in the world, and a later dumping off camera of the rest of the crawfish, because I couldn't get the rest of it out, because your boy weaker than hell. Should have put Miss Guns on it.
I do.
Crawfish.
Tyler, he's just saying if I went to work for Delta.
Remember, like I told y'all, it all dissolves from the inside.
If I worked for Delta, would I live elsewhere?
Watch some LSU college baseball. Go Tigers.
Yeah, I live in Orlando for now, anyways. I did apply for a couple Airbus jobs in Mobile, Alabama. But yeah, guys, you can give me a follower on the old IG if you like. It's an easier way to communicate. And I'll be posting shit on there a lot. Stuff like this. This is all the Winwing hardware. And shit like that. And shit like that.
22 heavy, contact Kansas City Center 127.5. Have a good morning.
And I don't know why it's not giving full size. Dude, why is my gear going down? Go up. Dude, what the fuck? I don't know why. Like, my gear just randomly starts going down. Top of drops in about 200 miles. Let's see what else we got on here. I got some pretty good shit that y'all might like. Those of y'all who haven't seen it. Dude, looks like you've added a couple pounds since. I can guarantee that I probably have. Yeah, it won't show like the full shit, the full pictures that are portrait. I gotta show y'all that one of the reel. Let's go to the reels. The reels are probably better. Got some good cockpit shit on there. I'm up like 30 pounds, but that's because I couldn't do it. Yeah, that makes sense. I could do shit, I just choose not to. Hang on, guys.
scared of nothing and I'm scared to death. I can't breathe and I catch my breath, but I keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end highway. I ain't gonna move in Oklahoma, just the whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you, riding here on a wind and rain. I keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end
Alright, guys.
highway. Riding that storm on
Sorry to make y'all watch this on repeat. So those of y'all that were here before the stream started, my dog threw up like a fuck ton. Basically just upchucked all the water she drank. And she just did it again. I noticed that the living room light was on, which meant Crystal was up, so I had to go check and see what was going on. And Bella had all over again, so that's why I ran out of here so quick. Hey, question. Every time ATL gets a storm cloud over their heads, they send flights to Savannah instead of Jax and other larger airports. Why do they do that? Send us diversions, I mean. It really just depends. It can depend on a lot of things. The size of the airport isn't always a factor. The first thing, preferably for a diversionary airport, one is going to have good weather. So if the weather is bad in Jacksonville, like whether it's visibility, ceilings, or thunderstorms, that can dictate things. Also having, if it's an online station, so it's a station or an airport that you have scheduled service to, typically means you're going to have your own people there, like your own ground staff, ground handlers, people to help handle those diversions, getting the paperwork, getting it fueled, all that kind of stuff. That's a really big part of it. Then also, like, you try not to oversaturate. So typically you're going to try to spread all your diversions out. So you'll send some to like Montgomery, some to Tallahassee, some to Jacksonville, some to Savannah, some to Charleston. Like, you got to kind of split them up. You can't put them all in just a couple airports. So that's probably another part of it. I can guarantee you there probably are airplanes that are going to Jacksonville. It's just y'all are also getting some in Savannah. Or if like the last flight of the day has departed out of Jacksonville and everybody's gone home, then they're not going to go there because they would have to call everybody from home to come back, and a lot of times that's really hard to do. There's a lot of variables and a lot of things that come into play, but preferably good weather, and it's an online station that you have people at who can handle that diversion for you. ACO does a pretty good job managing. I feel like they put out fewest GDPs. Yes, I can 100% agree with that. Especially as big and as busy of an airport as it is, it takes a pretty big thunderstorm to move over the field for them to shut down. Whereas Orlando, Tampa, Lauderdale, Miami, Palm Beach, you get even vicinity thunderstorms there, they'll start to shut down mainly because of the traffic volume in Jack Center and Miami Center. They can't work traffic around those thunderstorm cells when there's so much traffic, so they start doing mile and trail or short ground stops or whatever the case may be. That's a combination of traffic volume and thunderstorms. But Atlanta, bro, they just be running them bitches in until they can't no more. And like usually they'll do it until aircraft start reporting wind shear on final. That's outside of limitations, and then they'll start turning everybody. All right, let's see. Burbank had a TCAS TA on finals. Police helicopter.
Turning and returning to some secret place inside.
Yeah, I think they had a tornado in the vicinity. I don't think it passed over the airport though. I've seen that happen a few times, different airports.
20, retard.
Take my breath away. Take my breath away. Watching, I keep waiting, still anticipating love. Never hesitating to fade.
Yeah, especially San Francisco. They've been tore up with programs. This one's out of New Orleans. Little crab. This is my little Macy that we just put down a little over a month ago. Hello, why is it not showing? This thing not there it goes. My little baby girl, it's Crystal's dog, but she's turning into my dog too. She'd hang out with me while I would sim. She was on the channel. She was always the puppy cam. They've been killing us recently. Took a pass down from dispatch going into San Francisco with San Jose as an alternate. And no extra hold or go around fuel. Getting there 10 minutes before the temperature, or before a temp for wind. Oh shit, 35 gusting 45. Hell yeah. I wouldn't accept the turnover. Was loading a CRJ 900 from Savannah to Minneapolis. Right before the pushback, he comes on the headset and says we have to move bags to the forward bins, which are almost full. Can't they use ERJ for that route? Yeah, but depends on. First of all, it's going to depend on the company. Is it SkyWest that brought that CRJ in? Because I know they've got ERJs. What if it's, say, like, I don't know, Endeavor? I don't think Endeavor has ERJs, right? So then you wouldn't be able to. But also, just because there's some weight and balance issues with with some flights, it's not going to be enough to make them completely change the routing on aircraft. There's a lot that goes into that stuff. That stuff is pre-planned like months in advance. Endeavor, yeah. So if you got Endeavor, then if Endeavor's flying that route, then you won't be able to have an ERJ on it because they don't fly ERJs. But yeah, there's what they call network planning. They're planning the fleets and those airplanes' line of flying months in advance. Republic has ERJs, yeah. Republic has them. SkyWest has them. I guess that's it for Delta carriers, right? Compass is gone. RIP. But yeah, that stuff, all that planning takes place months in advance. They develop what's called the fleet plan. At least that's what we call it. You do have like maintenance planners, so they're going to plan, like, make sure that the aircraft are going to maintenance bases when they need scheduled maintenance. Then you got next day routers. They can kind of do some tail swaps and stuff, but they're not going to put, like in that case, they would never put an ERJ line on CRJ flying and vice versa. And for us, it's kind of like putting a 321 Classic on a 321 Neo line of flying. There's very specific reasons why we put Neo flying on Neo airplanes and we put CO flying on CO airplanes. So that's part of it. So for them, that's just a weight and balance issue. That's a daily thing. Like we have a shit ton of weight and balance stuff. So basically, all it was in that case was the center of gravity was a little too far aft. They needed to shift it forward a little bit. If the plane's full, the only way you can do that. The only way you can do that is to shift bags forward. And if the forward cargo bins were too full, then obviously you just got to pull some out of the aft and probably leave them behind, put them on another flight, and it is what it is kind of thing. Let's see. Reels. It's another little flight sim. Endeavor only has CRJs. Delta, American, United really tells us what they want. Now there you go. Yeah, so it's not even Endeavor's call. Take off from Phoenix. Oh no, you're not a problem at all, man. Not a problem at all. I used to wonder that stuff too whenever I used to work the ramp. It delete the first class seating. That's one way. Here comes V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up, disarm the spoilers. This was headed to Las Vegas for Flight Sim Expo. This is landing in Vegas.
100 above. Minimum.
Absolutely. And it's the best way to learn, especially when you're not, in the profession and technical aviation. Still a great way to learn.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.
Kansas City
5.
Center, American 1222 Heavy.
Butter.
Reporting flight level 390.
From the wrong side.
American 1222 Heavy, Kansas City Center. Southwest 3159, Kansas City Center. Good morning.
John, my man, how's it going, dude? We're just killing time watching some reels on Instagrams. Airshow stuff's kind of meh.
Oh, I hope I don't lose you. Please.
Sure, because you were supposed to fly on a little plane. Yep.
I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't
Oh, this shit's old.
take these beautiful things that I've got. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things.
Yeah, we were supposed to fly in a Cirrus SR-20, and we were exceeding max takeoff weight. So I was like, all right, well, y'all go have fun. I'll jump seat. So I just jump seated. And what's crazy is they got there, even the fuel stop, they got there when I got there. Granted, I had to sit at the airport for about 4 hours, and then the flight time. Popping in and out of some clouds. Bumpy, bumpy. Kdfw, just before you took off, it was a gusty approach. Yeah, it was gusty whenever I took off. It was like gust up to 25. Little MD action. What is this?
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah.
What this post is saying, if you see the black mask around a Spirit airplane, I've delivered that aircraft. When I'm sending the pilot his, what does WDR stand for? I'm sure it's something that we have too. We just call it something different. Do they go straight to him or through a pipeline, other stuff before he gets? I'm guessing like your cargo load report numbers. So if that's the case, what he'll do is he's going to plug it into ACARS. It's going to get shot up to what's called AeroData. AeroData will take all of its inputs. So it's going to be runways, probably one or two runways, all the environmentals, so your wind direction, barometric pressure, temperature, surface condition, bags by compartment, passengers by zone, all that kind of stuff. Once a flex or a toga takeoff, if it's an Airbus, there's different of that per aircraft type. It'll calculate, and then it'll uplink all of that performance data back to him, and they either manually type it in or they can auto uplink it if the aircraft has that functionality. Weight data record. Gotcha. Yeah, I've never heard it called that. But that's essentially how it's going to work. He types it in. He types in what you give him into the FMS, goes up to AeroData in the cloud, and then it calculates, sends it back to him, tells him what his V speeds are, flap setting, trim, basically all the takeoff performance. Tyler, what you thinking? What kind of ideas you got on a podcast? If I have some free time, I can try to help, but time is one of the few things I definitely don't have these days. Oh, we getting into the real old shit now. Yeah, that was old. Let's see, y'all like these.
Delta 372, Kansas City Center, radar contact.
I don't know what you've been told, but time is running out.
Craig, we use CAE's FPM, Flight Plan Manager.
But I am
New York City. I ain't worried about it. Fall colors. Yeah, I'm definitely like, you want me to be like kind of like a guest on your podcast kind of thing? I can definitely do that. This shit, this experience was unbelievable. Hey, there you go. Met chemtrails. That's when I said I got a buddy that's a Delta 73 captain, that's who I was talking about. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Loves to mentor, bring people up. Great guy. He is our like primary, like, I don't know what you call it, chief training pilot for our world flight team. Flying the Grand Canyon in a helicopter, unbelievable. No other way to do it. So takeoff out of Vegas. Flight controls check. Southwest all up in the way. Look at that, just a trail of Southwest. This captain was fucking cool as shit. Cranking and banking, old son. And here comes part 2. That terrain was hella close. Nope, ain't gotta love it. And you already saw that shit. Burbank again. Let's check the flight real quick, see where we're at. Yeah, we got about 35 miles from top of drop. Set up our VREF. Everything else should auto-tune. So down to fix runway 10 center. Set up a 5-mile range ring. And we're sitting pretty. And let's see, Turtle 6 bottom altitude. It's 11,000. Oh, you're talking about the song? Yeah, right. It's a badass song though. This was Worldflight. Chemtrails is actually talking in this video. You'll hear him right after we land.
Minimums 200.
Sync rate. Perfect. Glide slope.
100.
Glide slope.
I'm left seat flying this one.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Sun Country 367, Kansas City Center, radar contact.
Feedback up.
American 1222 Heavy, contact Chicago Center, 135.6.
Center on 135.6.
80 knots.
1222 Heavy. Chicago Center, American 1222 Heavy, descending via Turtle 6, flight level 390.
American 1222 Heavy, Chicago Center.
Coop. This is a good one. That left seat was uncomfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it was definitely foreign. The man, Captain Shaquille O'Neal. Also, if you don't mind me asking, and you don't have to answer, who do you work for, like Unify or like ATS, one of those contracted companies? The first 5 years of my aviation career, I worked for Regional Elite, which was bought out by DGS, which is now Unify. And for the most part, unless you're at a Delta hub, they will never make you mainline, because that'll cost them a lot more money. That was Expo last year. It's a dope ass time. What is this? Oh. Well, I got the 7.3 throttle. Unify? Yeah, I kind of figured. That's how I started my aviation career, was with Unify, technically. But yeah, they always fed us shit too. When I worked in Monroe, Louisiana, MLU, and they were always telling us, "Oh, Delta wants to get rid of the CRJ200 so that passengers can have the option for first class out of every airport they serve." And every city in the state of Louisiana got a CRJ 700 or bigger except for us. They were still repping the 200 well after I left. Now we're finally at 900s. But yeah, it took forever. What was that? That's when I got engaged. That was in Park City, Utah. Talk about pretty. A lot of Yellowstone was shot at this ranch. Hurry the fuck up. Get over here. A little CRJ action now that we're talking about it. Where our airplane kisses its shadow. Insert F word about any ever 200. Yeah. I saw a video of the very last CRJ 200 flight that I worked in Monroe. Meh. Uh-oh. How the shit's that happening? Auto throttle's still engaged. We're still in VNAV. The airplane's climbing for some reason, and we're 10,000 feet high. How the fuck does that happen? Oh. This bitch is not wanting to come down. Let's go. Vertical speed. I don't know if we'll be able to catch up. We'll spin a lap if we need to. That's weird, man. But that's the second time I've had that happen in this airplane. Alright, we're starting to catch it a little bit. It's going to take a minute, but we'll get down there. Oh, that's a slideshow. That's fine. Alright, well, while we're coming down, let's talk about Chicago. So current weather right now, winds 150 at 6 knots, 10 statute miles, broken at 7,500, broken 9,000, broken 25,000, temperatures 15, dew point 4, altimeter 296. We'll be coming in on the ILS runway 10 center. We're on chart 21-6, effective 1st of September, 7th of September 2023. Frequency is 108.95, which cross-checks in the box. With a final approach course of 93, also cross-checks. We'll intercept the glide slope at Ray, 2,300 feet. Decision altitude is going to be 869. Touchdown zone elevation 669. MSA around the ARP VOR is 3,400 feet. If we go missed, we'll climb to 4,000 on a 093 heading and inbound on the CGT VOR, radial 336 to CGT VOR and hold. Transition level is 18,000 feet. Standard 3-degree glide slope. Minimum since approach 200-foot ceilings, half-mile visibility. No issues there. On runway 10 center, we got high intensity runway lights, center lights, approach lights, touchdown zone lights. Pappy on the left. This has a 3-degree glide path. Runway's grooved. RVR is reporting. And 9,449 feet from the runway, is 200 feet wide. When we land, it's going to be a left-hand turnoff. Yeah, I know airplane. It'll be left-hand turnoff, and we'll just go find us some fucking big-ass gate to park at. And then we'll call it a night. We will record our landing, though. Go ahead and get that pulled up so I don't forget about it. Why? It just did it again, you motherfucker. I think it's the way I got it bound. I think that's part of the problem. So what we're gonna do? See how it's constantly being activated? I think that's why. Yeah, right sea landing. Aircraft types is 777-300 for tail strike avoidance with no MELs, no CDLs. We're gonna go auto brake level 3. Flaps 30. The VREF of 133. Any questions? They're in the chat.
Center on 123.75, American 1222 heavy.
Be on approach here pretty soon.
Chicago Center, American 1222 heavy, descending via Turtle 6, flight level 192.
192.
American 1222 heavy, Chicago.
Alright, so now if you can see it, I've got the altimeter of 2966 entered here in the scratch pad, and I'm gonna go up to baro set, hit that L1 key, and bam, my altimeter is now 2966. I can also enter my minimums in there. Love it. All right, 3,500 feet to go. What's for dinner? Well, I already ate dinner. Crystal made some sort of like ravioli stuff, and it was fucking good. We'll be taking the rest of it to work tomorrow. Alright, coming up on the bottom of the turtle arrival. Right as we're about to catch it.
American 1222 heavy, contact Chicago, approach 119.0. Contact Chicago approach, American 1222 heavy.
Chicago approach, American 1222 heavy, with you at 1000.
American 1222, heavy Chicago approach. Good morning, altimeter 2966. Expect the visual approach runway 10 center.
2966, expect the visual approach runway 10 center, American 1222 heavy. I'm gonna need lower. And this star, it does go with the 10s. That don't make any sense. Like the star wants to keep on. So I'm gonna kill that and do what I want to do. Let's go to direct Ruta. And let's get her down. What you eating for dinner, Awesome? I feel like the Turtle 6 was not the right arrival for this. Probably should have been the Shane 2. Did they usually reroute to Shane 2? And I can't, for whatever reason, the mirroring software is not working. Otherwise, I'll show you what I was looking at. But the Turtle 6, it has the 10s listed. It's like, uh-oh, hello. Girl, you need to calm down. The throttles are weird with this shit too. Have to make sure they're either full power or full idle, otherwise it like will kick off. But anyways, yeah, I get it. It will list out the 10s and tell you like what to do, what to expect from Turtle to this. But the Shane 2 is clearly derived for landing to the east. Whereas Turtle 6, yeah, like even from Turtle, goes to Rhino, which splits off the downwind for the 2.8s, 2.7s. So I don't know why it even has 9 left, right, center, 10 left, right, and center listed. Guess they just break you off early. I don't know. It's weird. Hopefully we don't get shitty frame rates because I've got O'Hare, I've got Midway, and I've got Cityscapes for downtown Chicago. Chirac. Wife made cabbage and rice. Alright. Sounds pretty good. With carrots in it. Nice. Going to finish 2 pieces of salmon. Man, that sounds like a very lean and healthy healthy dinner. It's more about what I should be eating. I'll be putting on that weight. Alright, 1,000 to go. When we go to make this turn, I'm gonna go to a window view so y'all can see how the camera pivots on the gimbal. You can see a lot of that bank. And this thing captured glass up before capturing localizer. See how it stays level with the horizon? Destroying some ramen right now. Dude, I could still kill ramen. I love ramen noodles. I go way too overboard with mine. I'll take 2 packets. I'll throw out the seasoning that comes with it. I'll make the 2 packets of noodles and I'll put my own like Cajun seasoning, and I'll like make some do some ground beef, or I do my own meat. Throw it in there. I love ramen. Dude, when I come in for World Fight, we're gonna kill some ramen together. Alright, alright, alright. Let's start slowing this thing down. 7 miles. No. Got in quick. We might be going around. Got 1,000 feet to get stable. Probably ain't gonna happen. We're gonna get this recording started though. I freeze for a second as this recording starts. Hell yeah, let's do it. Dude, I'm down, man. I am down. Hey, any plans on like on the back end of the sim of like kind of closing it in some and leaving like a doorway? It's like a cockpit door, or is it gonna like leave the whole back thing open? I don't know. I had that thought the other day, and I don't know why. I smell a go around.
Flaps.
Yeah.
Flaps. Approaching 10 center.
Do like a soft go around.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Alright. Go around, flaps already in. Gear up. Nice little soft go around. At least that's the thing in the Airbus. I don't know about Boeing's. Alright, no big deal. We'll swing dang it back around. Heading select. ILS 10 center. We'll definitely make sure to get slowed down a lot quicker. I did not realize how close I was. I can go for some ramen. Not that cheap Walmart shit. The real ramen. Hey, I like both. I am definitely not above the cheap shit. But I do like the good stuff too. We got a couple places here in town called Domu. Bro, you go on a Friday or Saturday, you're waiting at least 2 hours. It is a very, very popular place. Let's see if we can cut this thing short. Just a little bit of spoiler. I think we're going to build a platform and put some lazy boys. Dude, that's too legit. Way too legit. Whoa. And wind scooting us. A 19 knot tailwind, quartering tailwind. Localizer. Glass slope. You're down. Armor spoilers. Clear to land. Let things get stabilized before I take it over.
Approaching 10 center.
7-knot crosswind.
200. Minimums. 100. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Butter, baby.
Feet remaining.
Well, that was that was buttery. Hey, Mayday, where do you have to go to pmdg.com to download OC3? I tried to update straight from OC2, and nothing happened. So I'm guessing you gotta go. You gotta do that. Appreciate that, Nate. That did feel nice. Flaps are slow. Yeah, you won't be able to paste one because you're not a moderator. I think that's how it works on YouTube.
Approaching 28 right.
I have to do all my flybys, taxi bys, elevated so I can see where the hell I'm going. No idea where the big boys park. Probably over there. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to worry about parking this thing. We're just going to go straight into, I will. I appreciate it, Mayday. Which Boeing throttle is that? Can't wait for Winwing to make a similar one. It is the Flight Sim PM throttle. And now that I've got these 777 FMSs, now I'm seriously considering getting the Flight Sim PM 777 throttle, just to kind of accompany all that brown, you know. Every now and then I wonder why Uncle Ed doesn't have IEs. And some of it, you know, I would love to see Uncle Ed get some of those IEs, which now, you know, it's all just Pratt & Whitney Neo engines. Alright, I want to stop recording. I'm going to go get all these lights on. Strobe. I think that was off. And load K-O-R-D. Should be well, it wasn't a very aggressive go around. Chase plane for 2024 will be fucking lit. 100%. I haven't really flown much 2024 because it seems like every time I try to when I try to load into some of the third-party airports, it won't load into shit. I've gotten tired of trying to figure out which one is causing it and da 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 da. I thought it was flats 15.
Flaps.
1,000.
Flaps. Approaching 10 center.
There's a little go around. Oh, if you do nearest runway, it doesn't lock onto you. So much for runway heading. That was a nice little go around. I tried zooming way in or way out before. Yeah, I've tried that too, and it's still it won't. I did a full uninstall. I have it working. I just had to take fucking everything third party out, which got really old. And then, so what I tried to do is I uninstalled everything, did a complete reinstall. Had Sim Update 1, and then I only installed what Contrail, Orbix, Sim Market, all these places said were, 2024 compatible, right? And then after that, the first attempt to try to load into an airport wouldn't load in. So now I'm just doing a couple airports here and there, but really, unless I'm flying Phoenix, I'm not really messing with it much right now.
Flaps. Flaps. Approaching 10 center.
I need Chicago runways. Okay. Don't fucking scroll then.
Flaps. Flaps.
This thing's pissing me off.
Unstable. Unstable.
I think it's because my physical flap lever's not down. So disregard all that, guys. That's a big ass airplane. So everyone has different experiences with it. I'm telling you. Wish you could make this thing lock on from this point. Oh baby. I hate that part right there though. It's always in this airplane I have that issue. Where you're giving just a little bit of rudder, and then as soon as that nose wheel touches, nose wheel steering takes over and just
5,000
yanks the
feet
airplane.
remaining. Approaching 10, center.
I'm on the latest beta 2024. I get 90 plus frames TA. Yeah, dude, me too. And it's like I love the performance. It's just shit gets weird. That's pretty. That's pretty. That tickles me. I don't know. Shivers my timbers. My wife told me I should stream like you and some others, and told her that slightly modified Walmart gaming PC is nowhere near strong enough to do all that.
5,000
oh, that's
feet
funny.
remaining.
I will tell you, the streaming stuff is definitely an investment, if you want to look at it that way.
Approaching 10, center.
It like just my internet alone, I got the best internet I could get. Just that way I could stream in 4K for you guys. That alone cost me $145 a month. But you know, obviously you get like a pretty powerful PC and all that shit. So you definitely, it's something you want to like do really high quality and really, you know, bring good production. It's definitely money, or it's definitely things you gotta invest in money.
0, center.
The OnlyFans package. What weather am I using? I'm just using the default weather engine. I do have some presets. Watch, as soon as that nose wheel hits, yeah. That nose wheel steering just takes over.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway. Approaching 10, center. Altimeter setting. Altimeter setting.
1,000
Flaps.
plus 100 minimum.
Flaps. Approaching 10, center. Approaching 10, center. Altimeter setting.
Let's shut her ass up. So I went Togo for a second and then quickly disconnected auto throttle and kept the throttles back because I knew if I didn't, this airplane was going to get away from me. As powerful as it is and as light as we are, it was definitely going to get away from me.
$2,500. 1,000.
My internet is 400 megabits per second download, and would have to give Best Buy almost 2K for a good PC. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely an investment, man. My PC, I think it retails like 6,000, 65. Now, granted, that's like custom built and all that shit. And I didn't pay that. I've created good relationships, and also like sold my last one. That saved a lot. So after this, we're gonna do like bring it back to the replay. I'm gonna take over the airplane, and we're gonna do like a really aggressive go around. And like watch that on the flyby. And then we'll call it a night. I got 2 streams in this week. That's the way things are right now. That's a lot, which is fucking sad. But I'm hoping if I get any of these Airbus jobs, I'll kind of go back like to like a normal person schedule. Been working 5 on 2 off, which kind of sucks. Especially when you're used to 4 on 4 off, or 4 on 3 off. But I think it's mainly 8-hour days, and I'll get to stream a lot more. I bet you got $25 in your setup. I don't think it's quite that much. I would guess maybe 20,000 total. Like if you include everything in this room, flight sim, hardware, airplane models, all that stuff, it's probably around 20,000. No, it's accumulated over years and years. But all right, let's do like a really aggressive go around.
Minimums.
Alright, I have the airplane. Airplane's feeling a little weird. Nope, nope. Why are you throttling up? Winds are crazy. We're exceeding the max tailwind component right now. The trim is way out. Trim won't come back to where it needs to come back.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
I can't even. I'm full aft.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Yeah, it's like the airplane won't trim at all.
Glide slow.
Yeah, the trim keeps trying to run up, nose up. Yeah, I don't know what it's something to do with this replay shit, but see how it says like that blue indicator is like where my trim should be. It's fly-by-wire trim, and it ain't moving. I'm trimming like a bitch. I'm throttling up like a bitch too, it ain't. Get rid of that shit. Yeah, I have like basically an elevator trim runaway kind of situation going on here. And I don't know how to get it to stop. Let's try this. There we go. Just disconnect Peters and it'll work. Let's see if we can put it down to midway. There's midway. We're just going to try to do visual. The trim is still fucked. Trimming nose up as much as possible and it. Yep, set. Just running away from me. Yeah, this is like emergency kind of shit. Engines are doing whatever they want.
Glide slope. Sink rate. Glide slope.
To overspeed the flaps, possibly. Look pretty good.
Plus 100.
300.
Minimums.
100.
60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
As much roomway as I can get. Ha. Cake. I talked to an Endeavor pilot, and he said sometimes he's gone for 5 days, off for 2. Ugh, that's that regional flying schedule for you. Man, most of the time, like at the majors. When I say majors, I'm including like Frontier, Spirit. 3-day trip is kind of the normal. Sometimes 4, not as often 5-day trips. But then you're typically going to have about the same amount of days off afterwards as well. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, I sure hope that y'all enjoyed this this episode of Wrong Side Simulations. Where's that damn click spot at? 'Cause I keep hitting it. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Love showing off some of these new Winwing products for you guys. That way y'all can decide if it's something y'all would like to get or not. I really like all their FMCs, FMSs, dues, all the things. Just makes flying a lot more immersive, especially when you can grab the old mouse a little bit less. But I start my 4 days of work tomorrow. I gotta mow the grass tomorrow afternoon, otherwise I would stream some CRJ. So not exactly sure when the next time I'm gonna see you guys. I will probably do some Winwing training on Friday, and then after that I'll do my best to get some streaming in. But hope y'all enjoyed it. I always love hanging out with you guys. I don't get to do it nearly enough, but I'm sure the day will come where I'll get to do it far more often. But guys, as always, be good or be good at it. Keep it on the wrong side, and until next time, have a great week, and I'll see y'all then. Peace.